Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and stablisheth a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, Awake, to the dumb stone arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. Habakkuk 2, 6-20. See how the taunting proverbs against the proud come but from your own unredeemed self, the thick clay that burdens your house of flesh. You have built your city with blood, sought false strongholds, yet every stone shall cry out from the wall, every beam answer, calling you to your true husband. For in that midnight of the soul, the day of the Lord, all darkness, you felt yourself forsaken. Yet it was but a little moment in the sight of God, a watch of the night in which he hid his face so that you might awaken to oneness. The covetous heart that lifts itself above its maker must learn the vanity of its idols, the molten image and teacher of lies. These dumb gods bear no breath because they are but your own imaginings. Woe to him who worships these phantoms, for when true union dawns, only the Lord in his holy temple remains. Then all the earth keeps silence before him, for there is no other God to whom you can turn. In that secret union you discover the very cup you poured for others is turned upon your own glory, and what shameful spewing is ended in the ecstasy of recognition. Lebanon's violence no longer terrifies you, for you stand victorious in the bridegroom's embrace, one flesh, one being. Your marred house is redeemed, your hidden life revealed, and the earth is filled with the knowledge of his glory as the waters cover the sea. So let these woes awaken you. They are God's own parable to drive you from false covenants into that everlasting union. No longer shall you call him my Lord in fear, but my husband in love. As you rest this night, know that every taunt and every shame is but a summons to return, to repent, to be one with him who became you, that you might become him. Habakkuk's woes mirror two inner climates. First, the cramped, clay-laden mind obsessed with lack, coveting what is not rightly ours. Second, the sudden awakening when buried truth, the stone within, cries out. In our ordinary state, we load ourselves with thick clay, old fears, judgments, and greed, which soon rebel as anxiety, self-attack, or bitter outcomes. Then consciousness shifts. The hidden self speaks, exposing every false belief as an idol without breath. Each parable and taunting proverb is a thought seed sown in imagination. As Habakkuk warns, whatever you nurture inwardly covetousness, shame, pride congeals into events and relationships that bite and spoil you. Conversely, when you dwell in the pure vision of divine purpose, your inner stones and beams become responsive channels. Your mind's eye, the workshop of creation, transmits the blueprint. The unseen aligns outer form to match. This passage quietly reveals that you alone house the power of life and judgment. You aren't a passive spectator to history's tragedies or triumphs. You are the Lord of hosts in miniature, the unseen spouse guiding every outcome. Your thoughts are the divine word that plants worlds. To wake the stone is to awaken your Christ self, the one true maker whose hidden face you have carried through the long night of the world. As you prepare for sleep and rise with the morning light, rest in the simple awareness, I am the divine maker, my own husband. In that gentle knowing you feel the oneness of Creator and creation flowing through every moment. Then, when the world grows still, draw your attention inward until you perceive a pulsing, luminous life at the very center of your mind. There you may dwell in an empathetic joy that embraces both yourself and others, allowing every false image to dissolve in the clarity of pure being. As these inner revelations unfold, you naturally recognize the idols you have worshipped, be they the allure of astrology, the whisper of idle gossip, or the fears born of dead stone. Choosing instead to speak only with the living vision of your fulfilled desire, you refuse to grant power to any lifeless form. And when the shadow of anxiety comes knocking, you gently remind yourself, "These are my own words returned to me," shifting your awareness back into the creative state. In that space, you imagine your wish already fulfilled, rejoicing as though it stands before you now. Through this practice, you see that Habakkuk's dark woes are nothing more than self-made clay, ready to be reshaped by the awakening of your hidden divine self. By consciously resurrecting this inner reality, you shatter every idol's hold and step fully into the one who fills the earth with the knowledge of glory, not through pleading or striving, but by living the reality already achieved within.